Hello. In 2026, the United States turns 250 years old, and that's a huge milestone. And honestly, it's kind of crazy to think that our country has survived this long with the same basic idea, that free people can run their own government. When Benjamin Franklin was asked what the founders created, he said, a republic, if you can keep it. And now, that question is basically ours to deal with. My generation didn't build this system, but we're the ones that have to keep it going. We inherited a country based on some big promises: liberty, equality, and the chance for anyone to chase their dreams. We also inherited the Constitution, which limits government power so people can have more freedom in their daily lives. It's not perfect, and America hasn't always lived up to its ideals, but those ideals push the country forward 250 years. But just inheriting something doesn't mean you get to keep it automatically. Freedom can fade away if people take it for granted. And honestly, my generation faces a lot of distractions: social media, arguments, political drama, misinformation, and not a lot of people actually understand how the government works. We also deal with things that the founders could have never imagined, like cyber attacks, massive national debt, and huge tech companies that basically control our communication. So the big question is, what can we do to keep this republic alive? First, we actually have to understand it. A lot of people my age don't know much about the Constitution or how our system checks government power. If we want to keep our rights, we have to know what they are. Learning basic civics, not because it's patriotic, but because it's practical. You can't defend something that you don't understand. Second, we have to get better at talking to each other. Right now, it seems that everyone is ready to fight over everything. Free speech doesn't mean much if people are too scared to use it. If we want a healthy republic, we need to be able to debate, disagree, and still respect each other. That's kind of the whole point of self-government. Third, my generation needs to value the free enterprise system we grew up in. America became strong because people were free to start businesses, take risks, and turn ideas into reality. That system helped millions of people improve their lives. If we want our future to stay open and full of opportunities, we should support policies that make it easier, not harder, to innovate and work. Fourth, we can't forget about our local communities. A strong community is built from the top up, or from the bottom up, not from the top down. Volunteering, helping neighbors, these things seem small, but they're actually what keeps a republic healthy. When people handle problems themselves, instead of waiting for the government to do everything, they're practicing the same mindset that the founders had. And finally, we need to choose character. The founders believed that self-government only works if people have virtue. You don't have to be perfect, but things like honesty, responsibility, and basic respect go a long way. Freedom works best when people act like adults and try to do the right thing, even when no one's watching. So as America reaches its 250th year, we're being handed a huge responsibility. We get to decide whether the republic continues or falls, whether freedom grows or shrinks, whether we follow the ideals of liberty and equality or drift away from them. The founders asked if we could keep the republic. My generation has the chance to answer. Yes, we can keep it, but only if we step up. At the end of the day, my generation has a pretty simple job. Don't let things that make America special fade away. We don't have to agree on everything, but we do have to respect the system that gives us freedom to disagree in the first place. That means actually paying attention, getting involved, and understanding that freedom disappears when nobody defends it. The founders built a republic that survives only if regular people step up, voting, learning history, holding leaders accountable, and choosing responsibility over shortcuts. And even when the world feels chaotic, sometimes that doesn't mean that the American story is ending. It just means that it's our turn to carry it. If we're willing to protect the rights that we inherited and pass them on stronger than we found them, then yeah, we can keep this republic. Thank you.